Hi guys, Dogecoin Wyckoff session. You're in the right place. So last week we said Dogecoin is probably going to challenge the the 0.22 price, the 22 cents right here at the white line, and indeed it passed well past that line. So now what? Looking at the chart, previously we talked about it's potentially a sign of strength, and indeed it's a very strong sign of strength over here. And well, according to Wyckoff, after a sign of strength, there may still be a little bit of retracement before it gets to the buying climax. So much like what we have seen here, there's a little bit of track back of the price, and then eventually it shoots up. But the thing is, the level of retracement varies. So this one, you can see it's way deeper than this one. So you can consider this just some horizontal movement before it shoots up. So what we're seeing here, even if the price comes down to the top edge of the white box at 22 cents, it's still a normal thing for the pattern itself. Then the next thing is, if it doesn't, it stays a little bit higher and move along sideways a little and quickly test the last buying climax at around 47 cents. That's the other possibility. So we talked about two, and there's one more. There can be very deep retracements. So much like this one, it's found support over here, and it found support here, like I said in the first scenario, but it can go deeper than this line and come back to test this 14 cents before it shoots up. So there can be three different scenarios. So that's why it's very important to set our stop loss to protect our capital, and then once it gets to a certain level, it's time to consider whether we re-enter. So as of this moment, we have to see this week whether the volume is catching up. If it doesn't, if it retraces and finds support here, that's probably a good sign. And if it stays higher, that's even better, because by that time we'll probably be able to observe an upward trend forming. So if it comes down this week or next and finds support here and then start going up, it's still within this upward trend line. So I'll keep this line over here just in case it happens that way. If it doesn't, it's totally fine. I have already mentioned it can be a little bit of sideways movements as well. So this is the big picture, the bigger Wyckoff lens. Now let's take a look at the daily. In the daily, we talked about the sign of strength already, so now it's heading towards the buying climax in the daily chart, and the volume themselves, it looks pretty good, much better than what happened in early May. So look at the highest green bar, as well as the total number of green bars that are pretty tall. We have gathered 6 bars in total of 36 million and more. Last time it was only 3 bars. So obviously the signing of bills in the US given the market a positive sentiment, and that's probably why it's got more fuel to burn and shoot up to this buying climax. And as you know, if you have been following my sessions, after the buying climax there will be automatic reaction. So that's the usual retracement after a buying climax. So again, like I said, in the weekly, it's like coming down from the sign of strength, or like a little bit of retracement in the weekly. But in the daily, the cycle is different. It's at a different stage. So it's like the automatic reaction for this, and then it may find support at the 22 cents, like I said earlier, the top edge of the white box, and then eventually goes up. If it does, like seek a buying climax in the weekly, then in the daily, that's the upthrust and maybe even upthrust of the distribution, depending on how the pattern develops. So let's mark this here for now. and see how far the automatic reaction goes. It can be kind of shallow and then goes up quickly, or it can be a little bit deeper. Last time, you probably already noticed, living in last year, so it's easier if you're watching on a mobile. So last time, here, at this point, in late May, mid to late May, there was a little bit of sideways movement after the buying climax. So that time the price was largely around this top edge of the white box. You can see how many days over there, right? So if I just quickly draw this, let's not include the last one. So 17 days. For 17 days, the price was trading around that range in mid to late May, so for the over half a month. So this time, if it really comes down and try to find support, don't be surprised that it will linger around there for 1 to 2 weeks, because the market has to digest the news and all sort of that, and to see whether there's sufficient demand to drive the bigger picture to the next buying climax. So hopefully that would be the case for whoever that's hoping for a bull market or like a bigger altcoin season.